Hey, what's up, Javon here. I'm super excited about a new game coming out in, well, I don't know when.
Always clear. Go.
I'm super excited about a new game coming out called Cyberpunk 2077. The makers of this game, CD Projekt Red, came out with such games as... Yep, that's right, Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is renowned by some people as the greatest game of all time, and it's very good. CD Projekt Red has now become known as some of the best video game makers of all time because their attention to detail and what they can do with the graphics and the limitations that they seem to break with each game. Cyberpunk 2077 is contrasted to the, medieval times of Witcher 3. I don't know what kind of era that is. It's set in the future, 2077, which, how many years away from that? That's like 50 years, 60 years away? That's like 60 years away, yeah. I am good at math. I'm a product of the American school system. What do you want? There's a picture from CD Projekt Red's first booth at, I believe, E3. And wow, they've come a long way to the juggernaut that they are today. I'll put a picture here. This was their first booth ever. How far they've come, in which seems like just a few years, but it's been a long time. They've been at this for almost 14 years, I believe, maybe more, maybe less, maybe more, but give or take. And that just goes to show you just to never give up. If you have something that you strive for and look forward to do, just do it. Stop right now and don't stop. Back to the game. CD Projekt Red released 48 minutes of gameplay just this week, and I took some time to watch it over and over and over. I'm gonna love this game. I grew up playing Super Mario Brothers and all that stuff, but I got into role-playing games right around, I guess, preteen years. Yeah, preteen. I started playing games, role-playing games, got into, what was it? I believe Secret of Mana was my first role-playing game, and then went into Final Fantasy IV and just fell in love, went into Shining Force. Started to expand different types of role-playing games. Shining Force was more strategy-based role-playing game. And then Cyberpunk reminds me of a game, I forget the title, Shadowgun or Shadowrun. It's like a cyberpunk type world where, I don't know how to explain it. That game was really cool. Cyberpunk reminds me of that. So the opening footage of Cyberpunk 2077 that was showed to us this week was, there's two characters to choose from, male, female. They show us some pixelated bodies. I don't know if that's gonna be uncensored for the actual game. I suppose it could be. So you choose one and you follow a game. And the interesting thing about this game as well is how the choices you make in-game will change the story and deviates based on the choices you make. Did I say that right?
A big part of our RPG experience is having a world that is interactive. Here, a generic ad has morphed into an advertisement specifically tailored to V.
There's games that have done this and books in the past that have done this, but the way that this game is doing it seems to be really catered to decisions that you're making. So,
Are you here alone?
It kind of shapes your character as the story progresses, is what it seems.
The dialogue system in Cyberpunk 2077 is fully gameplay driven.
I asked if you came alone.
Another game I love, which is somewhat of a role-playing game too, is Borderlands. Love the series. Played every single one to death. And I see a lot of similarities in that it is a shooter with some unique elements and some interesting weapons. There's a weapon in Cyberpunk that I think it's called a smart gun. They show us a couple of things where you don't even have to directly aim, and the bullets, you can have smart tracking bullets that will track your enemies and home in on them. And also, there's bullets that can ricochet off walls.
One of the new weapon modules we now have installed is a ricochet targeting system connected to our eyes.
So you can target walls and bounce them off into an enemy, which is really cool, which is kind of something like in Borderlands. So this game also has missions or quests. I think the first one they show us is you meet Rick Ross or something. It looks like you go in the back of a car with Rick Ross. Rick Ross is a rapper, for those of you who don't know. You meet some chick who's like, depending on the choices you make, you could either try to be badass at your level 1 or try to be like chill because you're Rook. I assume though that because of these decisions, there might be like a new game plus feature where once you level up and you come back to the game, then you can definitely kick ass when you come back to that point. They keep mentioning that this isn't the final version of this game. This is kind of an early look just to let us know what they're doing.
The gameplay you're about to see is from a work-in-progress version of the game.
This game surprised us out of nowhere. They didn't announce it until just E3. They just popped it onto us. We're like, what's this? This is a new game. And we didn't know if it was gonna be first person or not based on the footage that they showed us. But they definitely, I think they told us that day it's gonna be first person and an RPG. Yes, so all in all, super excited for this game. Can't wait for it to come out. It's supposed to be an open world, so that should be really cool to see. The future, I wonder if there will be a VR option. Maybe not, I don't know. It might be cool to see a VR feature, but then again, sometimes it goes into third person and that might be kind of jarring in a VR setting. All right, never mind. So what do you think? Are you gonna buy this day one? Are you gonna wait for reviews to come out and see what this game is about? Because me personally, I'm hooked, I'm down. I'm super ready to spend all my time on this once it comes out, the second this game comes out. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you wanna see more footage like this, and like the video if you like it, and see you next time. Peace.
We finished the job, but our story is just beginning.